and the Seattle Seahawks. Evan McPherson has this one teed up, and off we go from Seattle. Taken at the goal line. And he'll be out of bounds here just past the 20-yard line.
Ready! Hurry, hurry! Hurry, hurry!
Now ETN to start the drive. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. That's on the tackle, Penei Sewell.
Okay, break!
Straight ahead, ETN. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. Now that play's stopped by Drake Jackson.
Well, obviously they would have at least liked to have gotten back to the original line of scrimmage. Instead now, they're dealing with second and long.
I thought they would have passed it after the penalty. Probably wish they would have now.
Ready!
ETN once more. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. So from second and long, now we go to third and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in four-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
They'll get this out to the flat for ETN. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So much for the run on 3rd and 1. Instead, it's a big chunk in the pass game. First down.
Well, partner, that's the start that you want right there. And you know he spent the entire offseason throwing hundreds, I'd probably say thousands of passes, getting ready for that moment. The first throw of the new season. He's dreamed about it, thought about it, and now it's out of the way.
Well, 1 for 1. A lot more to go. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. Here's the first carry for Khalil. Oh, he put it on the carpet, a fumble. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. And that one coming on his opening carry of the season. Do you give him a mulligan?
You would like to, but this game counts. If this were preseason, he'd get a mulligan. But this is for real, so not expecting that at all. Got to find a way to take care of it. I'm sure he'll get other opportunities.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Back to throw. Robertson. And his throw is incomplete.
Well, anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time they were up to the challenge.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Stephon Gilmore dials the corner blitz and earns the sack. The Seahawks send out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. It's a 39-yard punt, and good coverage means a loss on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They had the auspicious beginning to the season, a first drive turnover. Now they'll try again here, 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He rifles one that's intercepted. Rasul Douglas picks it. And the Seahawks are going to take possession of the football. That, Charles, the first interception he's thrown here in year number 2.
And I know it's just the first one, but didn't it feel like what we saw from him last year, where he was plagued by this type of a play? And they thought that, over the offseason, going into a second season, some of that would go away. Thus far, still looks a lot like his rookie year.
On 1st and 10, Robertson. Over the middle, complete. That's Henry. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. Throwing on 1st down, Robertson. And a big loss here as he's taken down. After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. Going for it all. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Dalton Schultz, 27 yards. And the Seahawks use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He's going to look deep for more. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
The job of any linebacker involves having enough strength to fight off a blocker and get to ball carriers. But in this case, I think we can safely say he beat him right off the snap to get into the backfield and make that play.
To throw on 2nd down, Robertson. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test him early. But they proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They're probably lucky to only be down 7-0 as they come up 1st and 10. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. Second and 3. He'll drop this one off with ETN. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Bills with the football as we start quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Come on.
On 1st and 10, it's ETN. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
ETN up the middle. And he's going to have a Bills first down as the tackle made it about the 43-yard line.
Partner, those are back-to-back 6-yard runs, and if they're going to continue to get those types of plays, shoot, you just keep running the same stuff, don't you?
Yeah, it was 1st and 10, then 2nd and 4. Now 1st and 10 again. And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be 2nd down. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. That's caught inside the 20. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. What a play that turns out to be, 36 yards. A first red zone opportunity the new year here as they come up now 1st and 10. On the counter, ETN. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
It always helps when you get great run support from your safeties, and when you get one who can actually read the play and get upfield and shut it down before it gets going, it's exactly what you're looking for.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
Back to throw. Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And the Seahawks are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line.
Definitely not the ideal time to see that mistake, partner, because this is still a one-possession game, and that's at least a field goal that just vanished with that turnover. Now, pressure's on defensively to prevent that pick from turning into points for the other side.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They'll start in excellent field position following the INT. Now a throw over the middle, and he's got it to start the drive. The result, only 4 yards there on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Another completion there, and you think about the draft back in the spring. He's selected in the 1st round, getting the start here, as we mentioned, in week 1. It's got to be quite a whirlwind for a young quarterback.
Absolutely, because going in the 1st round, people are going to clamor for you to be the starter right away, but many teams want you to get your feet wet first, maybe just kind of hang out behind a veteran starter. In this case, though, he ascended right to the top role, and I know he's excited about the opportunity.
A nice completion there for the 1st down. And, Charles, you think about the quarterbacks of recent vintage that have been thrust into action week 1. It's no guarantee of future success, but we sure have seen some good ones.
We certainly have, partner. How about Joe Burrow with the Bengals in 2020? He was excellent. Kyler Murray with the Cardinals. The best part about his game, has his team right on the brink of the playoffs. And Deshaun Watson has won division titles after having started from day 1.
A nice throw right there, and these fans getting their first look at their QB1 of the future. I'd imagine it's got to be a big plus for him to get his first start here in front of that home crowd.
I know there's a school of thought about getting your first start away.
Touchdown, Seahawks! A 20-yard touchdown.
And the Seahawks go up by 2 touchdowns. McPherson on for the point after.
And it's good to make it 14-0.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a...
And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Rasul Douglas picks it.
And the Seahawks are going to take possession of the football.
Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So they say no to the penalty. The incompletion stands. It'll be 2nd and 10.
And what they want to do is go ahead and take those downs away from them. You never want to give extra snaps to any offense. That's how you get hurt.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Forced, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Arnold Ebiketie in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Looking to throw. Robertson. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
McPherson's kick is good.
And that will extend their lead even further.
So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily when you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another 1st down.
Back to throw again.
And this one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football. Nearly a 4th pick of the ball game.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because any completions on 1st and 2nd down, now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the 1st half. But if you don't pick up the 1st down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the 1st half. Back to throw here. Dancing to his left. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with the football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Bills' drive stalls out on 4th down. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
And with great starting field position and a couple of timeouts at their disposal, they'll certainly have the green light here.
Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. On 1st down, Robertson.
And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
They're going for a receiver there. Already has 1 touchdown in this first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored 1, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
On 1st and 10, Robertson. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half.
Now this offense in midseason form here in the opener. It's 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And that will be caught, but out of bounds. Out of bounds, ruled incomplete here.
The way he's been slinging it in the first half, you expect everything he throws to go for a touchdown, but I guess he's going to have to wait to try and pick up that 3rd, isn't he?
Yeah, I thought he had him for a second, but you're right, not to be.
McPherson's kick is good,
and that will extend their lead even further.
So this lead, Charles, just continuing to swell here in the first half.
It's interesting. When we talked to them prior to the game, they told us that their game plan was take no prisoners, and they've lived up to it so far because everything has worked. No guarantee that'll continue. But all in all, this coaching staff's got to be very pleased by what they've seen.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
1 second, all that remains.
They'll throw now on the final play.
He'll get this complete to Rondale Moore. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend as we send you cross-country to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half.
Fielded right around the 8. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things.
He's got a man, complete.
And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. We saw this plenty last year in college. He loved to take his shots downfield, and that throw, that was a thing to behold there.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked in terms of...
And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Derrick Henry. A 6-yard touchdown run.
And the Seahawks are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And that stretches the lead all the way up to 27.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
A CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible.
And he coughed it up. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. There are two words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S, ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in the meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you got defenders out there who are preaching, hey, we're going to take the ball away from you, no matter what position you play, you've got to take care of the rock.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
And those two just have been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. It's a gain of 15, first down Seahawks.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives... And they take him down. The Bills get to him. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Henry up the middle.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down.
On third down, Robertson. And that is incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
2nd and 10, third quarter of the season opener.
He'll look to throw. And he comes back with one complete. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Looking to throw. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
Oh, I thought he had that one, and that was nearly a big third down conversion to give this drive some life. Instead, they're on the spot and help separate the receiver from the ball.
Trap 50, trap 50. 60 average, 60 average. 18 average, 18 average.
They'll try and throw for it here.
He finds his man. It's Robinson.
And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line.
19 tight, 19 tight.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
He's got this complete to Robinson.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. They'll look to throw again.
Slant complete to Etienne. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
At this point in the game and the situation they're in, partner, these incompletions that we're seeing, they need to turn into positive snaps and soon.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. That's complete to Robinson. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
Okay, break.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete.
And the Bills are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle.
Back now in Seattle, Washington. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4.
A chance for their first points of the season here as it's 1st and goal.
And this is caught for a Bills touchdown. A great play there. His first NFL reception goes for 6.
And the Bills go nearly the length of the field and finish it off with 6 points.
Point after, up and good. And the lead now down to 20.
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. Taken in at the 3. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
And this is really the start to the season that you're hoping for if you're a coach or a player. They're in the 4th quarter. And now
throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
They are certainly not letting up on the pressure in this one, and oftentimes you hear this expression, all gas, no break from defenses. But in this case, it's the offense still throwing the football up big in the 4th quarter.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Off the play fake. Robertson. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. The Seahawks on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 17. Back to throw. Robertson. Under pressure, they got him again. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. The punt team on now is from their end zone. They get it away. Take it at the 37.
A nice return that time, gets 12 yards back.
And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50. 1st and 10. So good field position for the Bills as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's going to look deep for more. And this one is incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. They'll drop to throw. That is incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw.
He'll get this out to the flat for ETN.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. Ron Rivera, the gambling type, but he comes up empty here. And that will force a turnover on downs.
Okay, ready?
Throwing to start the drive. Robertson. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. And the Bills are going to take over at their own 41. When the rookie QB gets his first touchdown pass, that's one you put in the trophy case. First career interception, that's going to be one he wants to forget.
Yeah, and he's not going to go ask for the football, right? Yeah, you can keep that one. The key for him.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
But just to add that to the list of great moments for this defense today, they've really shredded that game plan on the other side all 4 quarters. And, Charles, that pick 6, that's kind of the cherry on top.
Yeah, they did it. And I feel like I'm quoting a bad movie line, but they did it together, didn't they? Fed off of each other. Every big play they made, every tackle, every pick, everything they've done. They continually built energy in this one. And how about them culminating with a pick 6?
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And they knew coming in that this would be a tough place to go in and win a season opener. But this has just been a performance, to be frank, not to be proud of here as they trail big in this 4th quarter. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll set up to throw. And he's going to hook up with his big tight end, complete.
Let's go now.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
18, 5 years.
Now back to throw. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete.
And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
They were looking to throw, holding on the big right tackle.
That's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually going to pick up a holding call.
He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete.
And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
2nd and 4. Steps away to his left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
They'll drop that underneath to ETN.
And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You still have to get it done as you noted, and they did.
That's complete to his running back, Herbert.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw, eluding the pressure right. And he is out of bounds, looks like right at the 15. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down. They're going to look to throw. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. They'll set up a throw. And he's going to go down again. Now the Bills will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Back to throw here. He's got a man, complete. But no reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal.
They'll try to run with ETN.
And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage.
One more time with ETN.
And this time he is in.
Yes.
Travis Etienne.
Punching it in from a yard away.
And the Bills get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit.
They'll look to throw. And they're going to get the two-point conversion, caught in the end zone, and that cuts the lead a bit further. So it would no doubt be a miracle comeback from here, but let's see what they can do starting with the onside kick. And this is going to be taken in by the Seahawks. And it would appear they're on their way to victory now. Now they're down big here in the fourth. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. That one looks like he'll throw here. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. They're still throwing the football here. Now, obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Back to throw again. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Well, CD, always a little extra excitement for Week 1, and one of our early window games here in Week 1 on a Sunday comes to a close. Good to be back in the booth with you, my friend.
And it's good to be back in the booth with you as well. And we know that not everyone's going to start the season 1-0, right? Half the league is going to have a loss on their record. But everyone's going to have to build off of that opener. And how many coaches tell us every single year, you make your most progress between Week 1 and Week 2. We'll see how both of these teams progress the rest of this season.
So for the Seahawks, that'll be a happy locker room as they start this season 1-0. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the New England Patriots. Meanwhile, for Buffalo, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they will be at home next week to take on the Miami Dolphins.